Yes, people. What's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and we're back again with another video today on Eagle Talks Football. We're going to be reviewing the North London derby, where Arsenal just ran riot in the first half versus Spurs, and in the second half almost let it slip away, but we held on to the victory. And of course, Chelsea drew versus Aston Villa, which was a shock in my opinion. Manchester United also drew versus Burnley, which was also another shock and a slight embarrassment to their season, where they maybe could have creeped up into a good Champions League spot. Maybe, you never know, but that's unlikely more than ever now. Liverpool fade away as they drop points to West Ham, and Salah and Klopp seen fighting on the touchline. Crazy events there. But yeah, we got a good panel for you guys today. We got Abs in the building representing Chelsea. We got Dammy representing Manchester United. We got Rack coming in representing Liverpool. And of course, we're going to have Vader and potentially Jay joining us to represent Spurs and Man City. When they're here, they're here. But for now, we got the boys here, and we're going to probably start with their clubs. But everyone, let me know, what do you think of this weekend's games? I thought it was some good games.
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good games still. It was a good, lively weekend. Good end to the season, so looking forward to it.
Man, only a few more weeks left. Seems like everything else is pretty much wrapped up. The only thing that's not really wrapped up is the league and maybe one of the relegation spots.
Yeah, I think Spurs will probably finish fifth as well. I agree with that.
Yeah, nothing else is, because everything else is irrelevant now. Who's going to finish 9th or 11th? Who cares?
Yeah, at this point, are you even like affected by Chelsea results?
Not really.
Negative or positive? Like, do you really like you just dropped points to Aston Villa, but like, did you view it as 2 points gained? I mean, 1 point gained or 2 points lost?
For me, it's 2 points dropped, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that deep because it's 2 points dropped in the idea of I wanted to win in it. But if you actually look at it in the context of what we can achieve. What are we really going to achieve? Conference League? It's not a success, is it?
Jay has to come through. Jay definitely has to come through. Big up, Eagle. Title race on 100%. City fan here saying we're coming. I know you guys are on your way. Let's see if you guys can actually get it, because you guys always tend to do it. Chelsea fans are at the Los Angeles Lakers of football. They are finished. I don't know about that. We'll see. Chelsea can always come back. I don't know about the Lakers though. Rack, how you feeling, man? How you been?
Yeah, all right, man. Not bad, man. Busy, but obviously disappointing into the season. But that's football. Gotta take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah, you guys are going out a little sad with a poor run at the back end of the season, and then Manchester United. Dammy, are you affected by Man United results anymore?
No, I went to the game. Not really. I was a game.
You went to the game?
Yeah.
You must have been pissed. You spent your money on that.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I looked at it and thought, I looked at all our games and said, which one is, you would have thought the guaranteed W, and then don't go to the rest. And that's the one that we also drew. So that's it. I'm done for the season. FA Cup final, and that's it. I'm done.
The mad thing was, I was on Mo's channel yesterday, and he was like, Burnley scored the equaliser in the, 80-something minute. And then, can you imagine this happening under Sir Alex Ferguson? The Burnley players run towards the goal to pick up the ball so they can run back to the to the halfway line because they think they can get the winner. That's the crazy one, right?
That's mental. No, I can't see the way Man United.
I never thought about that. Yeah,
I can't see the way Man United and Chelsea this season. I know the table, there's a bit of a gap, but it's basically just flirting versus harassment.
You're talking about why didn't you just say the meme of Rick Ross?
No, because there's no meme to pick. It's literally the same thing. We're both as crap as each other. And for the amount of money we spend and for the size of the clubs, I know obviously it's not as big as them, but in the context of English football, neither club should be where they are.
No, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, Manchester United are poor. Ten Hag has been poor. But if we're going to compare the two, I still think Manchester United have been better because they've been able to get results at least. You guys...
I know they've been better.
You guys capitulate every game.
No, but the thing is, it's a mid-off because they're crap because obviously they've got issues with their players and their manager, and the same with us. The difference is they've also got guys who are match winners in it. We don't really have match winners, so that's why it looks a bit better. However, on the eye, we're a better footballing side than them, but being a better footballing side doesn't make you a better team overall.
Yeah, and I think also, like right now, if you look at United's form, this is why I said when we drew with United at Old Trafford, that was the worst result of our season. Because right now, I think there aren't many worse teams than United. And so, even though United have the advantage points-wise, I wouldn't bet against Chelsea finishing ahead of them, because if Chelsea win their game in hand, they're 3 points behind. I think that's one result. I think Chelsea are probably in better shape right now.
I just can't believe Chelsea picked up points off Aston Villa. I did not think Aston Villa were going to drop points. Like, maybe we should just start with the Villa game. Villa dropping points against Chelsea, that hurts them. But they're still pretty solidified in top four because we just beat first.
Wait, at the time it hurt them. Now it doesn't. Yeah, now it really, because Chelsea, you have to remember, Chelsea have to play Chelsea. Tottenham have to play Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and there's one more, no?
And City.
Yeah. I think I said City. They're not.
So Aston Villa is pretty much nailed on for top four. You're saying?
If Tottenham, apparently, if Tottenham don't win one of yeah, they will. Aston Villa need 1 point, so they will get top four.
The thing is, and hear this. So basically, and look, Spurs, their record at Stamford Bridge and at Anfield is tragic. So they're not winning either game, innit? Like, and obviously Liverpool are gonna try and get back in blood for what happened in the reverse fixture when they got robbed. So basically, bro, Spurs, their season's basically finished, bro. They got nothing to play for. They're not good enough for top four, but they're not shit enough to drop out of fifth. That's basically what it is. Okay,
but you were saying something about the Chelsea game. What was the issue with the Chelsea game? What was the controversial moment you were talking about?
Oh, it was controversial, but for me, this is why I'm going to say something. I'm not sure I'm an unbiased person. Obviously, we had a winner from my man, what's his name, from Disasi, which got ruled out in it. And the only be perfectly honest with you, it was the right decision. I know it's soft. It is soft, but by the letters of the law, it was the right decision because you can't, if you go shoulder to shoulder, that's not really contact now. That's a coming together in it. So it's not really a foul. But if you push someone from the back, I know it's a bit soft, but by the letter of the law, it's a foul in it. So unfortunately, he was right to rule it out.
The only thing is, the ref is looking straight at it. He says it's not a foul. Then there's a Diego Carlos who's also bumping back into Badiashile. He doesn't even react. He thinks it's normal. So that just means to me that everyone on the field of play doesn't think that's a foul. So I think it's just a bit soft. Like if it's given against you, you'll complain. But if you score that, you will also, and then they rule out, you will also complain. So it's 50-50.
No, exactly. But the thing is, because if we went and saw it on VAR again, and that goal went against you, if someone scored that goal against you and you got ruled out, you'd be like, I understand why. We've slightly gotten away with it, but by the letter of the law, they're right to rule out in it. I'm not saying that I don't necessarily agree with that rule. However, it's just the rules, so not really much you can do about it. But other than that, I can't now go. If you've seen our record at Villa Park, then you shouldn't be shocked that we didn't go get smoked there. Because we don't lose against Aston Villa, especially away.
Yeah, so do you play Tottenham still?
Yeah, we've got them on Thursday. Just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, bro.
Do you think you're going to beat them too? Because you don't lose to them usually.
Oh yeah. We'll beat them. We'll beat them.
All right. Okay. Enough about Chelsea, Aston Villa. What are you saying, Rack? Liverpool. What's going on? What's really going on with Liverpool?
What's really going on?
Because it seems like you guys are really spiraling into a situation that's like your season's done. The thing is, all the cup competitions at the exact same time is pretty bad.
This is the disappointing thing, right? It's like in the space of a month, essentially our season has kind of evaporated into not nothing, but virtually nothing. Start of season, look, there's two things, right? Start of season expectations are one thing. When you're in the position towards the business end of the season, you have to be disappointed with how things have gone. There's excuses and all this kind of stuff, but ultimately, it's going to end up being disappointing. And nobody wanted it to turn out that way, but that's football, man. That's life. You got to take the rough with the smooth. There's times when things go for you, but we just simply have not been playing well enough over the last 6 weeks. Even before our downturn in form, we weren't playing well enough. And ultimately you can't keep doing that. And we're tired. Yeah, injuries. Yeah, this. Yeah, that. fine. But ultimately, you need to do it. If
I wouldn't
not,
even
then you won't win.
I wouldn't even say injuries, because correct me if I'm wrong, but Conor Bradley going out recently was one. I know Jota went out, but you've had everyone back for about 2 weeks. See, Thiago.
No, but the issue,
One thing, people are coming back when you need them, and you're still losing.
Yeah, but the issue is, first of all, they're coming back. Are they being rushed back? Mo Salah came back, then he got injured again or whatever. And normally, when you come back, you need some time. Like Trent, he's been back a few weeks now, but he's coming off with, first time initially he's coming off with a few minutes to go. Then, if you look on the face of it, yes, now we have almost our full strength team, but I think we all know that football doesn't necessarily work like that. We've been stretched quite thinly for a while, but like I said, it's not an excuse. Ultimately, we weren't good enough, and we won't win the league this season. We will be third, and start of the season, that would have been more than maybe a lot of people expected. But right now, we should all be disappointed because we were in position, we had it in our own hands, and we lost it. We blew it.
Hey, Rack, can I ask you a question? So would you get rid of Darwin Núñez this summer if it was up to you?
Different people have different opinions. I questioned his ability at the start of the season, but I understand why people were willing to give him a second season. He has attributes that can be effective, but unfortunately, not good enough. Just like we haven't been good enough this last month. Darwin Núñez, in my opinion, hasn't been good enough the whole season. And it's fine when other people are kind of covering up. If you're still getting the wins and Darwin Núñez is missing, fine. Then it doesn't affect the broader team. You can look at that at the end of the season and decide whether you want to replace him or not. But if everybody else is misfiring along with Darwin Núñez and you're a £100 million player, and Liverpool, people always talk about our is this guy going to make his entrance? Go, Vader, get it over and done with. There we go.
Go ahead, Vader. Welcome back.
There we go.
Big up my guy Vader, man.
Today, I don't know if Jay's gonna make it.
What?
Today, I don't know if Jay's gonna make it.
He better make it.
He hasn't responded to my messages since 4 a.m. this morning. I messaged him 4 a.m. I messaged him at 1 p.m.
That's probably up.
1 second. I sent him the message, but he could see it at any point of the day. You know what I mean? I messaged him at 1 a.m. before the game. I said, bro, you ready? I messaged him at 6 p.m. I asked him about what he said about his team, knowing his team and his manager and how they're going to adequately deal with Arsenal. And then I sent him the link at 6:50 and I called them. No response to any of them. All of them not even read. So in my opinion, I think Jay's ducking.
Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely
Yeah,
terrible. Until I would have never thought this of him. If he doesn't show up, I'm going to be very surprised. I'm going to be very surprised.
The only other Tottenham fan that I could probably ask to come on is Alex. I don't know if George is ever going to come out of hiding. Alan, who knows where he is, if he's busy or not. You know what? Maybe I'll reach out to Alan. I'll see if Alan can come on.
It's disappointing, man.
Yeah, no.
But right now we're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Liverpool.
Yes.
Darwin Núñez. My assessment is ultimately he hasn't been good enough, and he hasn't been good enough when other people around him also haven't been good enough. And when you spend, I know we didn't pay the whole €100 million up front, but when you spend that kind of money, if you're a Liverpool Football Club and you don't bang, you're a failure. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Núñez is good enough anyway. There's been moments where he's shown that he can do something, but look, at the start of the season in August, we were talking about if an offer came from Núñez, would you accept it? They were talking about offers of 30, 35 million. I thought 35 million was maybe a little bit on the low side, but 45 I'd definitely take, maybe 40. Ultimately, you don't. Mate, ultimately, there's no. People will say that's not enough money, but it's the whole sunk cost fallacy. Just because you've paid that, ultimately, if you don't think it's going to work, bet you cut your losses now. So I wouldn't be disappointed if we cut our losses. Yes, we lose money, but what's worse, that or have a player who's not going to work for you? I'd rather go with the former.
Right, do you know what it is? Because from the start of the season, because I remember like basically before when Liverpool were on a really good run in it, and there's a reason I remember you guys were doing prop for Van Dijk a lot, and to be fair, it was warranted because that guy was probably the best player in the league at that point. Now him and Alisson were basically doing a madness up until that point, and Nunes still hadn't improved. So it's gone to a point where obviously Alisson's been out injured for a little bit, VVD's tailed off a little bit, and now Darwin started to get exposed a bit more. And even Salah to an extent, although I do believe Salah at least has some period where he did turn up and step up and deliver in it. So my thing is there was a large number, why I asked this question is because there was a large number of Liverpool fans who were adamant that this Nunes guy is going to blow up. He's going to be that guy. He's baby Fernando Torres. He's that guy to basically lead you to a league title, innit? And all I've heard this season is chaos, chaos, chaos. I'm sorry, brother. Listen, I went through this with Timo Werner. I tried doing the coping mechanism. I tried convincing myself he was a good player, but I realized after a year and a bit, he just ain't levels. And for me, if I was Liverpool, no, because if I was Liverpool this summer personally, be ruthless. Diaz, Nunes, they can both get gone.
They can't replace the whole attack in one summer.
No, I'm not saying the whole attack, but that's what I'm saying based on just who's there. So I'd keep Jota, even though he's very injury prone, but I'd give him one last chance and then see what happens. I'd keep Cody Gakpo because I think he can be effective, especially when he plays left wing. But Luis Diaz and Darwin Nunes, them two in particular, they're criminals. You need to get rid of both of them. Otherwise,
can I ask?
You know, the
do you believe the title was already lost before this game?
But yeah. We lost.
So
we lost.
do you feel like do you feel like the lineup you would have played that if the title was still on the line?
What the lineup we played yesterday?
Yeah.
Probably not, but I mean, is it Jurgen Klopp's decision to make? Yeah, it's Jurgen Klopp's decision to make. But the title was gone, man. Like when you lose at home to Crystal Palace and then you lose lose away to Everton. I'm sorry, but realistic. No, because the thing is, Vader, it almost seems like I've got more faith in your team than you do because I don't doubt City. I think City will win every game.
Like I got more faith in your team than you do.
Possibly. But the thing is, my faith in your team is more justified than your faith in my team.
I've been told.
Do you disagree? No. Do you disagree? Who is the more proven team in the, let's say, the last 4 years, last 5 years? Yeah. Well, you pick the period of time. Which team is the more proven team, City or Liverpool?
City. But here's the thing. Of course, you're right to have more faith in Manchester City than your team. But I'm just pointing out that I have more faith in your mentality monsters than you do. You're talking about this game was over from Crystal Palace. You still had games to play. You still had results to go after.
Everton. No, from Everton.
Oh, sorry, I thought I heard you say Crystal
Everton
Palace.
was the last game. Everton was last.
No, I know Everton was the last game.
The Crystal Palace loss handed you the initiative. That makes it very, very difficult for me. Then when I go to Everton and lose, that's too big of a gap for me.
Okay.
I agree.
Let me say this. This is what's funny here. Because this whole Darwin Nunes, Luis Diaz talk, is it a problem with personnel surrounding players why Diaz isn't cooking? Because Diaz cooked year one, did he not?
Yes, it is.
So is it maybe a matter of who you currently have, why you're not getting the best out of Diaz, not you need to get Diaz out the door? I'm just pointing out because he was effective for Liverpool at a point in time.
Wait, can I?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say something. I would agree with you if his performances were bad. His performances have actually been fairly good. I just simply think that, obviously defensively, we know they're a bit of a shambles, but I simply think that Luis Diaz, to a large extent, Darwin Nunes, who has the most percentage of the reason why you're not winning this league, and Salah can be added in at like a 50%, are missing chances. They are missing sitters even. That Everton game, I know that Everton played better and they deserved to win, but there was a point when you were 1-0 down and Liverpool had like 7 shots literally right in front of goal and they all missed it, all got saved. So we can normally use the personnel around them and obviously not having a functional system unit, but let's be honest, since even the Man United game, they bopped us off the park in 3 games and scored. How many goals you get against us this season? Three, and you didn't win any of the games.
But this is also why I say the worst result of Liverpool's season was not winning at Old Trafford. Because right now, in this period of time, I think United are, if not the worst, then close to the worst team in the Premier League. We went to United. We will see this when City play United. I think City still have to play United. Is that right?
In the final.
FA.
In the final. Yeah. Honestly, if you're holding less than 3 goals, 3 or less, that's a moral victory for United because United are so bad right now. I think City, if they want to put you to the sword, they can really humiliate.
Can I give you guys my take on Liverpool?
I don't mean that in like a nasty way. I'm just saying that United are really bad, and we really should have won that game.
Should have won.
Can I give you guys my take on Liverpool for a second? They are defeated off the back of what happened against Crystal Palace. Rack is right. That demoralized them. They went into the Fulham game. They kind of got themselves back up and running. But then the Everton game, losing that, it put them even in worse of a hole. And at this point, the draw against Wolves, I'm surprised they even drew. I thought they were going to lose. With the lineup that they played out there, it didn't look like they wanted to still compete at the level that they were. They changed. They took out the defenders. They had Kwanzaa in. In addition to that, they had a team that just didn't make sense. Elliott and McAllister on one side, Diaz, Gravenberch on the other side, and then Gakpo as the false 9. That doesn't scream a team that's still serious about the title. If you're serious about the title still, you would have played your strongest 11 in this game. But I just think you guys knew it was over and you gave it up.
Look, it was over, but playing Gakpo instead of Nunes, for example, is not a wild choice when Nunes can't hit the back door with the band, whatever that saying is. Yeah, Vader knows, he's from that part of the world. He'll know that saying. Look, Salah. The thing with Salah, people will complain about Salah saying he hasn't done, and yeah, that's true. But Salah is both the chief goal scorer and the chief creator in this team. And if other players had taken chances, and we all know who we're talking about, some of the chances he created, some of the guilty chances he created, we would be in a better position. Not necessarily right now, not necessarily for these games, but earlier on in the season. So does Salah deserve criticism? Yes, because his job is to score goals. His job is to create. But the extent to which he's created, just look at the expected assists that he has versus the actual assists that he has. Anybody who knows a little bit about statistics will understand how those two metrics will combine. He's created. He's done his job earlier. Right now, he's not playing great. But other people, you can't expect a guy to play great all the time.
No one expects him to play great all the time, and that's probably why Klopp had him on the bench, right? Mm. He's coming off of injury. We get all that. He's deserving of his criticism. I disagree with the gal with regards to the 11 and Klopp already fielding a weaker team. I don't think so. I think he had the rotation that he wanted there. Many Liverpool fans wanted to see certain players start that game that way. So,
Sorry, I just wanted to say, I wanted to wrap up the Liverpool portion because there's still a lot of topics that we need to discuss. But Vader, you don't have any level of sympathy for Liverpool, I can tell. You feel like,
why would I have sympathy for Liverpool?
No, because the situation, we can admit that
we thought you were a nice guy. We thought you were a nice guy, Vader.
I am a nice guy.
Vader, we can sit here and I can honestly admit that I personally have been telling Liverpool fans all season they are playing at a high level, give them credit, but I didn't feel like they had the squad to compete on this level. And somehow they got far, but now you're starting to see when Mo Salah dips, nobody else can carry the attack. Jota gets injured all the time. Darwin Núñez is not of the level to get you guys there. Luis Diaz, I don't know what happened to him. Since the first season, he's never shown the level of end product needed.
Diaz actually right now is playing okay. Diaz right now is actually doing okay. Last few games, he's actually been all right. He's been decent.
You know what? We're gonna go straight into the Dortmund derby after this, but I'm gonna just say, Szoboszlai, I don't know if he's on the level that you guys were thinking he was at the beginning of the season.
Mm.
He doesn't look like as convincing as he was at the beginning of the season. He's dropped down to a level where I feel like this might be his mean. This might be where his average performances will look like. Where sometimes it's kind of like Maddison today, missing in this game, poor at times. You can,
the same Maddison you wanted to join Arsenal ahead of Odegaard.
I was dumb for that.
Madison was your first choice, right? Madison was your
Guess
first
what?
choice. I'm just saying.
Guess what, Rack?
We don't know. We can't tell the future.
Bro,
We can't tell the future.
If you watch,
Klopp wanted Julian Drexler. He got Mo Salah, a Liverpool legend. So
No,
but the thing is, lads, if you've watched
Klopp wanted Julian Brand. Klopp wanted Julian Brand. Julian Brand rejected us, and then the recruitment team chose Mo Salah. That's the actual timeline. That's what happened.
Swear.
Oh, you got rejected.
You know what's so funny? But even with the Madison thing, even with Madison, I can't comment on Szoboszlai because I haven't watched loads of games from him at Leipzig. But if you've watched Madders for long enough, you'll know that his game is he's a very good player, don't get twisted. But he's a purple patch guy. He's Son, but in midfield, if you want to call him that. That's basically what he is. Because he's never super consistent, always picks up nickels here and there. Now, he will never consistently put up, for example, if 1 month he has 10 fantastic games, the next month he'll have 2. That's basically James Maddison in a nutshell.
However, I have seen Son do it consistently for a season, but I do agree with you.
Okay, let's get on to you know what? We're gonna save the North London derby. Hopefully I can try to get one Spurs fan in here. As for Demi, bro, your team's dead out. Man United, like there's no saving you this season. I don't know what Ten Hag was doing. Like you went to the game.
Just don't let us take a point of you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but we're not them. That's that. The thing is, the only difference is that the only hope, the tiniest hope, not that I think we will lose. Don't get twisted, but the only tiniest hope is that this is at OT, and OT is not somewhere where you have had good fortunes in. We're talking 17, 18 years. Number two, it's like even last season you should have boxed us off the park. You did this season when we played you at your ground. You should have beat. Everyone was talking about revenge for 8-2, and you didn't. But yeah, as you were saying, that we are done out. Our season is done. It's just a matter of how many games will we lose. We have Newcastle, we have Brighton, and we have you lot. I think you lot. So I know we have one more, so I'm missing one more. I think we'll lose probably all of them. And our last game of the actual season, which is meaningful, is the FA Cup final. I'm going to go out of a whim as well and say that if it was me, I think the manager will be sacked. So why don't you sack him now and get Jose Mourinho in? And it's a wild shout so that we can play the meanest low block in the FA Cup final. But he's not going to do that. So it's just going to be loss after loss after loss. Don't expect anything from us because we ain't got the facilities for it.
I don't think we need to spend too much time on Man United. Everyone can give their take though. Salah has been, besides GA, these praises saying he's the truth, but we are better than when he was injured. The moment he came back, we were bad. So are you blaming Mo Salah for your attack being bad? I'm confused.
Yeah, he is. He's saying when he came back, they got worse.
I think what you have to realize is Jota was carrying the load, and when Jota got injured, you guys got bad. It wasn't that Mo Salah came back and you're all of a sudden bad. It was the fact that Jota was missing also. I don't know. Do you guys agree with this? Because I think you can't blame it on Salah.
I agree with you personally.
No, but the thing is, Salah, you say that, but in the grand scheme of things, Broski, his job is to get goals, isn't it? Now, I'm not a Salah fan, but at the end of the day, he's the main goal scorer, innit? And I know Rack tried to say he's the main creator, even though I still think that's Trent. But at the same time, for the most part, he's done his job. Yes, he's been poor recently, but he's not the main issue. It's that dough with noodles, brother. He's the issue.
I think more people are turning on Salah because of the incident with Klopp. Now, we haven't even spoken about that. Rack, do you have any opinions on that? Because this stole the headline.
All right. PR racks. Let's hear the spin.
So first of all, it's a cliche, right? But the people fall out in football all the time. Mane had it with Klopp. Henderson had it with Klopp on the touchline. These things do happen. It's understandable because Salah wants to play and contribute. and if he's pissed off that he's not playing and he's not contributing, then I can understand why he's annoyed.
Rax, can I ask you real quick?
At the same time, just one second. At the same time, that's the manager's decision. And when the manager goes to bring you on and goes to shake your hand, and you kind of shun it to some extent, you don't. That's not cool, right? So Salah does deserve some criticism, but at the same time, these things happen in football. I don't like to see people. Both of them are Liverpool legends. I don't like to see them disrespecting each other. But we don't know really how big an issue this is, because all we see is a microcosm of what's happened. We don't know how deeply rooted this bad feeling is. People will obviously jump on the bandwagon and say they hate each other, Salah wants out, and all this kind of stuff. And that may be true, but actually, we have very little evidence to suggest how badly this issue is.
Can I ask you, because as the Liverpool representative, when the bust-ups between Mane and Klopp happened, or Henderson and Klopp happened, was that in their final season? Were they not there the following year?
No, they weren't in their final. It depends what they mean. Is this Salah's final season? We don't know, right?
No. I'm saying when the bust-up happened with Henderson, did he play for Liverpool?
Henderson's was, I think, 2000. I think Henderson was 2019, and Mane's was, I can't remember, 20.
I've seen a video that explained why. Okay. I seen a video that explained why him and Salah fell out. Do you want to see it? It's kind of funny.
Who? Klopp and Salah.
Klopp and Salah.
Okay,
yeah.
This is a meme. Oh, okay, go on.
No, it's not. It's not a meme. Deadass. The guy literally did some good research. Let me show you. So it's my boy. It's my boy Haas.
Is he a
my boy Haas? He has a TikTok account.
Man said all of this. Imagine Real Madrid.
1 second.
Chris public.
1 second.
Imagine man said all of this beef was because of a hug. Look at this. Klopp wants to shake his hand. Mo Salah shakes his hand. Klopp wanted to shake his hand.
Just wait. There's more evidence.
Klopp's still saying something. He goes to Darwin Nunez, hugs him. Goes to Joe Gomez, hugs him too. This is where it started. Then Klopp's still fuming about the situation. Says something to Mo Salah. Don't know what he says, but he says something mad. Then Mo Salah goes absolutely crazy. All of this because of a hug. I knew Klopp loved his hugs after the game, but I didn't know he loved it this much.
I'm not gonna lie. He makes a good case.
So it was a meme.
He makes a good case. Have you ever been to a court of law?
He went for a hug and he didn't get the hug. He was upset.
Nah, listen. Banter aside, that's the only explanation I've seen.
Okay.
Why didn't
I don't know what they could have been arguing about, but it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna have to get onto the Tottenham Arsenal game. I couldn't find any Spurs fan. Jay,
that's so bad.
Jay, if you guys can at Jay on Twitter, see if he.
Oh, I already did. I asked him, Jay, you hiding? You hiding, Jay? I asked him.
I don't know if he's hiding or if he's out and about. Either way.
Did he go to the game?
I don't know if he went to the game. I don't think he did. He would have told me if he was going.
Hopefully, you know what? Let me stop. Hopefully everything's good with him and there's no emergencies. But if it's other than that, Jay, there's no reason to have Egal's messages be unread and unresponded to when you know you got a show on a Sunday. It's looking fraudulent, man. You're looking fraudulent.
Yeah, and to be fair to Alan and all the other guys, I understand if they can't make it because they never agreed to it in the first place. So it's like it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get straight into it. North London Derby, 3-0 up at halftime. I'm dancing. I'm going crazy. I'm doing videos, doing all my things. I'm doing everything that I need to do, enjoying my life. Little did I know we weren't going to score another goal in the second half and we're going to concede 2. Because David Raya made a silly mistake, but goalkeepers make that mistake. I've seen Alisson make mistakes. I've seen Ederson make similar mistakes, and they just keep it moving, and you continue to keep pushing as a team. Goalkeepers are going to make mistakes, especially when they take risks at top teams, right? Now, I did not see anything from Spurs in the first half besides everything I said defensively. Set pieces, they're susceptible. Balls over the top, Kai Havertz, ball over the top to Bukayo Saka. Their high line, Ange Postecoglou, criminal. The defense of Tottenham, very shaky. They've conceded 50-plus goals this season, for the 16th time in their club's history. Like this season.
What's their club's history got to do with it?
No, I'm just saying, like, they thought their defense was solid. They thought this team's
What
defense was good.
I will say is that they need to sort out the DM situation because Højbjerg was a mess. I actually think you might not agree because I know a lot of our Arsenal fans won't. But Romero had a good game, by the way. He had a very good game. He was actually one of the
He
best.
scored a goal. Man was in the attacking midfield role, winning the ball high up the pitch.
Yeah, and he was doing very well there too. So he was one of the best players on the pitch. I think Partey was up there. I just think on the fullback area, because Porro was going forward, let them susceptible to attacks. And also Ben Davies versus Saka is a mismatch. I don't think Saka was like wow, but Ben Davies versus Saka is a mismatch. So
no, the guy who was wow was Havertz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can say he was better. Yeah, I think he had a good game today. Yeah,
Havertz, the ability to pick out passes, disruptions, how many times he won the duels high up the pitch to put us on the attack. It was all around great performance from Kai Havertz. And if I was to say a second, Bukayo Saka was up there too. Man basically got the corner that got the own goal, and also he scored a goal, and it was a good goal too. Because when you're through on goal, sometimes you can overthink things. Or you might not have the composure to make the finish, but he had the composure to finish off the game. What?
Rax knows that very well.
You know what? Can I ask a question?
Composure. What's composure?
What's composure? What's pressure? So Arsenal had all the pressure. Everyone was telling me Tottenham were going to stop Arsenal from winning the league. People are going to say final nail in the coffin. Fuad said final nail in the coffin. Jacob said we're going to do it. People telling me 3-0. People telling me 2-1. We are Tottenham TV telling me we know what it takes and we know how to stop you guys. Ange Postecoglou has 15 days to practice for this game, and he's going to get a solution. George's telling me we're not going to be naive. You guys are going to play pragmatic. We're gonna punish you. We're gonna pin you down. Then you have Jay telling me exactly. You know what Jay told me? Let me tell you guys what Jay told me. I can play it for you guys. Jay told me before the game, specifically, one thing. He's like, I know my team. I know my team. I know my manager, and I know what they're capable of. And this is exactly what he said to me.
Exactly how I know my team, and I told you, like, we understand the repercussions of losing this game.
He's like, I know my team. We know the repercussions of losing this game. So you know what I said to him?
Okay, do you still feel like you know your team and they know the repercussions of losing this game?
Oh wow!
3-2. The thing is, the scoreline flatters them. I don't feel like
easy.
Wait, do you know what? It flatters you too, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say. Go ahead.
It flatters you, by the way, because I heard in the first half, in earlier to open up the game, you said you were 3-0 up, and I think before the preview started, you were saying that you actually went in 3-0, and a lot of people were shocked because you didn't play well at all in the first half. You were better than they were.
We were clinical.
Yeah, you were clinical.
You were clinical, but Spurs
prime Diego Simeone ball.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
20% possession.
Over the course of the whole game is not a 3-0 win. The whole game is a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win, and you won 3-2. So it was fine. In my opinion, the result was fair. It's not some masterclass. You were just better than they were. And
Arteta did definitely outclass Ange. Let's not lie.
What Arteta did. No, listen. Why
are you shaking your head like Ange Postecoglou changed the game or something and did something amazing?
Do you know what Arsenal did?
We gave them 2 goals.
It's a game that could have gone either way. It's a game that could very easily have gone either way.
Only because we started making shaky decisions at the end.
No, Igal, hear what I'm saying. And this will probably
How are you guys shitting on us after a win like this?
Hold on. Let him finish. We'll each go one by one because we'll have our points. Go ahead.
All right, let me see what I'm saying. Igal, you're gonna like this because this is actually what the sign of a good team is. You didn't play particularly well, but you still went in there and you were 3-0 up. And also, you dispelled the myth of these so-called perfectionist tacticals, or whatever they want to call themselves, who basically think you need to play this and that to get a result or whatever. All Arteta did was he saw Spurs' weaknesses, especially from set pieces, because Spurs from set pieces are crap, and he exploited them. Simple. That's all he did, and it was very clever. It wasn't like Arsenal was playing. They were running rings around Tottenham. They were doing that Barcelona triangles around them. They just exploited simple weaknesses. It was very simple as to why he went 3-0 up. You didn't do anything fantastic. They were playing the better football, but you were playing the more effective football.
I don't care what anybody tells me. If we were 3-0 down at halftime, people would be crucifying us more than any
Yeah,
other
But
team.
the thing is,
You're in a
it
title
depends what you're saying, because if you were playing,
I think that first half performance was one of the best first half performances the Arsenal team has had in a long time.
A lot of Arsenal fans will tell you that that's not true at all.
No, I don't think we even played that well in the first half to be 3-0 up, to be fair. But we didn't have to.
So how can you then say it's one of your best performances? And you've literally contradicted yourself in one sentence.
Because the opponent that we were playing was literally playing in our hands, the way that they were defending. The defending that they had was literally just giving us goals. They gave us the opening goal, and then the second goal, their defending is all over the place. We just literally have an open pass to Kawasaka. That's cash money right there. And then the third
And
goal,
how does that make it one of your best performances of the season?
Exactly. Girl, all you did, I told you, all you did, bro, is you exploited their weaknesses. You didn't play fantastic.
No, but that's
my point better.
But this exploiting their weaknesses is actually really good. That's what you need to do. Tactically, Arteta's job is to find their weaknesses and exploit their weaknesses. That's what was really good. But what I'm saying is, in the first half, Spurs also created a fair amount. They had gilt-edged opportunities. They came very close. And that's why I think over the course of it, it's a game result that could have gone either way. Do I think Arsenal were a better team? Yes, but I don't think there was a wide margin of different, like a massive difference between the clubs on the day. But Arsenal had a job to do, and they did their job, and that's professional, and they were still in the title race. And props to them.
Yeah,
you know what? You're right. Maybe I'm being a little disingenuous, but my point is, in the first half, yes, we came out 3 goals, and they actually had better XG than us. They had 8 shots, but none of them actually got to our goalkeeper. They were all blocked or saved or deflected or off or not even on target. So they didn't actually punish us at all because they never actually got to us. They were literally getting opportunities and pop shots around the box. We had less shots than them, but we scored 2 of them directly ourselves, and forced them into an own goal for the other one.
Okay,
so
sometimes, sometimes you got to take the win and move. You got to take the win and say, I'm taking this result, and I'm gone. You don't then have to kind of prop it up. I know they're your rivals. I know it's a London thing, but you don't have to then make this
3-0 up after 38 minutes. I was gassed. That deserves.
Of course,
that deserves praise.
Yeah, but don't make it sexier. Don't make it sexier than it needs to be. Listen,
one second. What happens afterwards makes the result a little bit less of a thing that we can pump our chest about and go crazy.
Even in the first half, bro, I'm being completely honest with you, and it's saying agendas, because what you did was good. You exploited their weaknesses, but it wasn't like you were playing 2011.
No, but then my point where I started this whole thing, when you said this was not an Arteta masterclass, I think it was. Because maybe not Arteta, you can at least say Nicholas Glover, who's our set-piece coach. It's another masterclass from him. 2 set-piece goals from a team. You cannot tell me that's not a tactical masterclass.
Oh, no, in that sense it was.
No.
But what I'm talking about is basically...
I'm saying no. The first was a deflected goal. That's not a masterclass.
It wasn't deflected. It went straight to the guy's head, and he shot it in.
It's an own goal. You can't take credit for an own goal. That's not a set piece specialist putting something and designing and getting a result. That's a player making an error.
I don't know if you've seen where Ben White was. Ben White literally blocks the goalkeeper from getting in front of him.
Yeah.
So that forces them to put the own goal. He thought he was heading it back to the keeper.
No, he was not trying to head it back to the keeper, Igal. No, not with that velocity, not at that angle. There's no way. That's actually shameless. But you get the goal. You're up. And if it wasn't for a fraction, if it wasn't for a slight offside, it would have been 1-1, right? I think it was a corner, and maybe the Spurs got possession, and they were this far off on tying that game, making it 1-1. Now, I give you guys credit. You handled business. Yeah, he's mad shameless to take credit for the own goal. But, yes, you guys were the better team. Being up 3-0 going into half, of course you're going to be amped up for that, regardless of however you got these goals. I think you were always going to outclass him. I don't think that Ange, and it really sucks that Jay's not here to be able to speak on his team, but I don't think Ange got it wrong so much. right? I think the Saka break one-on-one, he did what he does what he always does. Again, the way he puts defenders to sleep to get it to that left foot, and you know he wants it on that left foot, he does it so seamless. Credit to that goal. And the set piece goal with Havertz, cool. But I don't think how Ange had them set up was really doom and gloom, poor. You guys outclassed them. You had better players on the day. Facts. You're playing at a better hit in terms of how you guys are getting your output, but don't overdo it. This was a quality win, but I don't think Arteta did a madness in terms of how things were set up today.
I think Arteta did a really good job setting up a good defensive shell, because whenever they had the ball in their own final third, we were just stopping them so simple. And then it looked like whenever they had their ball, whenever we had our ball in their final third, I felt like we weren't getting as many intercepted passes. We were getting to where we wanted to get to. It's just Spurs, we did not let them get to where they wanted to get to. And I felt like we had the joy for majority of that first half. Second half, it just seemed like we were on cruise control trying to get to the end of the game, where Spurs, they were trying to hunt to try to get back into it, obviously. And the error from Raya, unwarranted, naive, and it just, these things happen. Goalkeepers make those mistakes, and that's what gave them the belief that they could get a second. Thank goodness
that wasn't Ramsdale. Oh my God.
Yeah, it gave them the belief that they could get the second. The second, Declan Rice was an error for the penalty, and we're literally capitulating.
Ouch! That's all I have to say about that one.
Yeah,
man took one for your team there.
Yeah, he kicked him in the balls, and then finally, the final couple minutes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm scared, because I'm just praying that we get through, because I don't think we're gonna go score a fourth. Tottenham is more likely to get a third goal at that point. So I am scared, and I was worried at the end of the game. But to come out of the game and win, I just want to forget about the whole second half and just look at the first half performance, because I felt like that's where we were actually playing our football. Second half, I felt like we just stopped playing. We just wanted to cruise, and we weren't able to cruise because we made some silly errors. But yeah,
second half, you do what you need to do.
And to come back down to earth, because my team just won a North London derby, and obviously I'm gassed. When I look at the run of the whole game, you know what? We didn't play our scintillating best, but what we did, we were effective, and one of the most effective first half performances I've seen in a while. And especially to be basically 8 goals in our last 2 games at that point against London rivals, my head got to me. I was just too gassed, bro. I stopped thinking.
No, I'm not mad at that. Again, going into this game, as much as Spurs fans were confident or saying it was going to be a draw or anything like that, I think I predicted 3-1. I think that's what I said with regards to going into this game. You guys have the better quality. You guys have been playing consistent all season long. Even though you're playing away, and I get all that, you guys were expected to win this game. I don't know if any of you guys thought differently, but you were expected to win this game. If you're serious, now again, I believe that this is going down to the final day. I really believe that we're going to be deciding who win this league on the
I think
final
Tottenham
day.
could decide it for us.
No, but it'll still go down to the final day though. If Tottenham decide it goes it goes to the final day. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if you expected to win this necessarily. I mean, what I will say is obviously this result was key, because I think if Arsenal lost this, I think the title would have been done. So I thought it's definitely, because I expect Arsenal to win the remaining 3 games. I think that's looking at them on paper.
Do people expect us to win against Man United? I don't think so.
The thing is,
one thing, you heard what I said about Liverpool and Arsenal, right? Liverpool, Man United. For us, that was the worst result of our season, not beating this Man United team. Arsenal need to be going there and getting 3 goals against them, 2 goals against them.
I know, but I'm saying the same way how people are speaking about Tottenham being the final nail in the coffin, the team that stops Arsenal. A lot of Man United fans are speaking like they're going to be the ones that stop.
Wait. Can I just say though, what I will say though is, if you allow us to stay in this game, that's true. If you allow us to stay in this game, like these lot do, you will not win that game. By the way, I'm just saying that as a fact, because in the sense of the way that we can somehow manage to scam results is how we do it. But what I mean is, if you go there and you burst out which I expect you to do, so it's fine. But if it comes to you're 2-0 up and then you get a goal, and then we get a goal and it's minute 70, that could be long, because then I don't know about Old Trafford.
Well, the thing is,
let's bring it back. I just want to speak about one more player before we move on from the Arsenal game, and it's Mr. Kai Havertz. Did you guys see what Kai Havertz tweeted today?
Yeah, I did still. It's funny.
This is my tweet, you know? I was like, yo, I was hyped. I was hyped. I was like, life changed now. My man tweets my tweet.
Igal's learned how to do this meme, and now every other day he's coming up with a new one. 1 minute it's Arteta. Honestly, Igal, next one is going to be your set piece coach. I want to see your set piece coach by tomorrow.
Rack.
He's already got it. He's already got it in the locker.
I'll make one for
me. What am I doing? I don't want to be on there.
I'll make one for you. You know what? I think I'm gonna make one for the
you do not have you do not have the right to use my likeness. You do not have the right to use my likeness.
Okay. Enough about that. Let's talk about Kai Havertz.
I'm joking.
The reason why I want to talk about Kai Havertz is because he has what is it? How many goals does he have right now? Kai Havertz is on a ridiculous run for Arsenal. He has 12 goals in the Premier League, 13 goals in all competitions, 6 assists for Arsenal in the Premier League. So that's 12 goals, 6 assists this season. I have a case to say that Kai Havertz is one of the best signings in the Premier League this season.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He has been so impactful to this Arsenal team. He has been so good. And I remember when people were telling me James Maddison was one of the best signings. Kai Havertz has been a better signing than him. People were telling me Szoboszlai has been one of the best signings. He's been a better signing than him. I'm not saying he's on the level of McAllister and Rice, but he has been up there. This performance today is one of his best performances. And I just want to give him one second. This performance today, goal and assist against Chelsea, 2 goals. He is the first player to get a goal and assist in 4 different games since Alexis for Arsenal. This guy, he's balling, man.
By the way, yeah, you've done too much, and then this is when rival fans will then come back at you and say, "Oh, you're dissing," and then when they start if you don't win the league, they're gonna all crash it on you again. He's been good recently, but for most of the season, he was not better than his level at Chelsea. That's my opinion. It's a lot of people's opinion.
He's never been better. This is his best season in the Premier League.
Wait. I didn't say, you just mixed my words. I said the level he was playing at, forget goals, the level he was actually playing at was not better than what he was doing at Chelsea for a large part of the season.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
He's actually upped his goal count recently, which is fair enough.
He's never been better than this.
A lot of your fan base even agreed that there was a point in time that this was the wrong signing. Now he's hit a purple patch again after that little blip that he had. Now you're saying it's better. First and foremost, he's playing better. Over this whole season, it's been better than Chelsea. But for a large part of the season, it wasn't better than what he was doing at Chelsea.
Exactly.
There is a ton of players.
One second.
Quickly. There's a ton of players that have been better than him throughout the whole season. So he is not up there. He is not. He's not.
I agree with you. I think he's been. It's taken him a while to get going, but in the end of the season, whoa! What the hell happened there? Whoa! Damn, you look like you started flying for a second there, man. What?
Yeah. So everyone, let me know in the chat.
I think he's been exceptional. I think the last month or so, month and a half, he's really come on form when you've needed him. He's been there. I think he has been. I think he's in the discussion. I think he's in the discussion.
Yeah. Let me just one second. Let me just say this. Since February 17th, he's had a goal or an assist in almost every single game.
And how many goals is that? How many goals and assists is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals and 5 assists.
Okay, so he deserves to play. He deserves to be up there with sign of the season when you use GA. So he got a large majority of that from February to now. But what was he doing before?
Yeah, he before February he had 4 goals, 1 assist.
Well, so it doesn't. There's players that have played well from start to finish. But yeah,
you want to know something? You want to know something? I think Kai Havertz, his bad patch that people were talking about was between when we signed him until the Bournemouth game. From when he scored the goal in the Bournemouth game onwards, he's been decent.
I'll be completely honest with you. There's 3 guys outright who've been better signings than him: Alexis McAllister, Declan Rice, and Cole Palmer. Just on the top of my head.
That's true. So
Even
everyone
Wilson-
else after that, you say he's better than.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
You have to
I
give
can't
us.
lie, see, has Havertz been better than Kudus this season?
No, he's not.
Yeah, he has.
No, he has not.
Okay.
It's an equal
Yes, he
level.
has. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't.
It's 'cause
Why
one-
is Kudus better?
Well, Kudus is better than him as football, but it's just because of the fact that
If
when
you
they
want to say
play,
Kudus is a better footballer, fair, but Kudus, he's played more games and he has less GA. On top of that, performances, if you want to say performances, well, Kai Havertz is getting us winners on a regular basis.
GA. So you could just
Oh, but he's getting us winners. Like
You
he's
can
winning
read-
us games.
read off a
consecutively.
spreadsheet. You just read off a spreadsheet. You don't need to watch the game. You just need to look at, oh, he got the win in the 91st minute. He's had a great game.
Exactly, because you can't just use GA because then that rubs out defenders and midfielders. Because, for example, what's to say that Gvardiol can't be in the convo for one of the best signings of the season?
There you go. He's been very good, by the way. A lot of people like you said, a lot of people overdid these bad performances at the start at left back, and recently
Are you putting him forward as one of the signings of the season?
And I can't put Kai at that level because he's on the run now. He's something to look at as the season ends. Early on, my vote was going to McAllister based off of price tag and effectiveness. I know Liverpool are, their mentality's gone. They're no longer monsters. They're more like mentality minions. But Kai Havertz right now, if the season continues on,
it took Vader about half an hour to come up with that one. He was looking through his dictionary.
Oh
what rhymes with them? What rhymes with them? Come on.
don't Rack, don't do that. You know I'm nice with my lyrics. But no, if Kai Havertz continues on this way, I think you got a fair shout. He's come to the level late, but the entire season, that's where I'm a little in disagreement with what Egal's saying.
No, I agree. But Vita, for example, if I give you these four names, would you say McAllister over the course of the season's been better?
Yeah, McAllister over the full season.
Okay.
Yes.
Who else? Rest, would you say has been better?
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Kudus.
Consistently. Yeah, it's close between Kudus and Havertz. But this is what I'm saying. If Kai Havertz continues to do this, there's three games left. If he continues to do this output for the last three, that has weight, right? That's when we go into voting and the importance of a player's impact and what they've been intricate in. If he does this on their way to win this title, I think he gets it.
No, but I hear you. But
we can all agree Palmer is going to probably win player signing of the season, most likely. If when everyone votes at the end
Palmer's
of the year.
probably going to get young player of the season. He's probably going to get
No, young player. Foden still qualifies.
For real?
Nah, Foden doesn't qualify. Foden's 24, bro.
Is
it? You have to be 23. Usually it's 23 at the start of the season. So I don't know when you turn 24.
No, Saka still qualifies.
That's what it used to be anyway.
I thought
Anyways,
it was 21.
It's 21. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they've changed it now. So basically, Saka can qualify.
This guy said, "I don't even want it." Stop your lies.
I want player of the year.
The guy's going to turn it down personally.
Listen, I want player of the year. Do me a favor, guys. Before we move on to the next topic, hit that like button right now, and make sure you guys hit that like button. We have almost 100 people on here. We have 400 people in all platforms. If you're watching on X, do follow me. Do go subscribe to our YouTube channel. My YouTube channel. It is absolutely free, and of course, you can hit that like button and subscribe button while you guys are at it right now. But yeah, let's. I'm gonna end off by saying maybe I'm getting a little bit gassed, but you guys blame me. I just beat my North London rivals. I just beat my London rivals in the same week.
Yeah.
The same week I've beaten both of them. Everyone has been telling me the title race is going to end because I have the toughest route, and I've kind of gotten through the two hardest games.
Yeah,
so
you got easy sailings now, right?
Pretty easy sailings. We got Bournemouth, then we have Manchester United, and then thing. So it's like
so now what I need you to do is what we spoke about 3 weeks ago. End all these immediate debates that we normally have. Can you win the league, please? That's all I need you to do. Win the league, and no one will take this have Arsenal again.
City have Wolves, Fulham, and West Ham. I don't see City. I don't know where City drop points there. Where do City drop points from Wolves, Fulham, and West Ham?
It's funny.
Because Arsenal have Bournemouth, Manchester United, Everton.
Fulham
Are
don't
are you
normally-
home? You're home for 2 of those, right?
Wait. Don't you have a game, the Tottenham game? When is that?
Second last week. Second
That's
last
the
week.
midweek one because it's their game in hand.
I'm gonna say this right now. Tottenham delivers us the league.
So wait, why can I ask a question?
No.
Chris, can I ask a question? Why do you
Alright, cool.
why do
Listen,
Tottenham-
See,
Mate,
Vader,
listen,
Vader was
make sure
composed.
you
Vader has been
bookmark
composed the whole stream.
wait,
The
wait,
whole
why-
stream is
Oh,
composed.
right. Make sure you bookmark this moment. What's the date today? 28th of April, 2024, and at 8:23 in the evening, Igal told everyone that Tottenham will deliver Arsenal the league.
Can I just ask?
Meaning,
Can I ask one question? Why are
They will take points off City.
wait, can I ask a question though? Why will Tottenham take points of City, but we won't take points of you?
There's a difference.
What's the
Okay.
difference? Go on.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
there's no difference.
Tune in
The
to
only
the
difference
next
is
show.
that
on
Tune in next
Gal
week to
Talk
find out
Football.
what that difference is.
guys, he can't use Spurs normally beat City at wherever the ground is, because last time I checked, you do not beat us at ours. So tell me, answer my question. Why are they going to do you a favor, but you're going to beat us? The stream is waiting. Hello.
You know
No,
what?
next week. Next week.
I can
Listen,
see Steve
I might be
coming out
kind of
his ears.
contradicting myself there. I hear you. But before I put my hand up, I'm just gonna say this: can't the guy have hope?
Hope him. Listen,
I
he
told-
go, but the thing is,
I'm here to
My whole theory is Arsenal this season have been playing well, and a team like Manchester United have no structure and they don't look organized and they can't really defend well, and we can get at them. But the problem is Tottenham have a similar issue where their high line can get got at, but City played them this year and they only won by 1 goal. For some reason, when City go to that ground, they struggle. Arsenal, when we go to Old Trafford, we do struggle. But guess what? We've recently won there. They've recently won there. We'll see what cancels
no,
out.
but they've won at the Spurs ground more recently. So
I see the comparison. When I take my Arsenal half off, I see the comparison. But really and truly, Arsenal, we just need to mind our own business and win all our games. City, you have 4 games. You have more margin for error than we do. So let's see what happens.
No, the thing is, all City need to do really is it's easier said than done. But if Man City win all of their games, they'll be Premier League champions.
But
Problem
do you
is,
realize City always drop at least 1 game in the
no,
running?
but this is the other thing. This is what I was gonna say as well. Because City they can't afford to drop points because what are people?
They're waiting for us to drop points so they can.
No, because you know what it is. The thing is, goal difference, and God forbid it comes down to it, head to head, both go in Arsenal's favor, innit? So
What's the goal difference right now? I haven't checked
There is
it.
no head to head. They don't have head to head in the Premier League.
No.
What's the goal difference?
It'll
It's
be a
goal
last
difference
goal,
and goal scored.
Goal difference right now is close. It's only 7.
There you go, bro. That's still a gap.
Who are they going to beat?
7 with 4 games to go or 3 games to go is massive. That's like
Bro,
2 games.
I've seen
2
Man
goals
City
plus
score
per
7 in
game.
1 game. I've seen Man City
It's
score
true.
7 in 1 game.
That's
I
true.
got
they
Wolves
score
next, and I
in
lost
the
to
whole
Wolves
game.
when I played them early in the season.
It's
Yeah,
not happening.
That's at
But you're
Mullen.
playing Wolves at home, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're gonna beat Wolves, bro. Why are you worried about Wolves?
I got Wolves next. I lost to them. That's what I'm saying. I lost to them early in the season, and then I play Fulham the week later, which is fine. Hopefully everyone's rested up. Great to see Haaland back, and we'll speak on that later. But the Spurs game is 3 days after playing Fulham, both away. So I'm in London for both games. It's gonna be
No, but
tense,
the
but
thing
we'll
is-
see.
Wait,
We'll see
you're
whether
here?
those games. We'll see whether those games are going to
Wait,
be.
you're
in person.
coming here?
No. No, I'm saying both games are in London.
I was
I'll be.
gonna
You know
say,
what?
if
I
you're
will
coming
be.
here-
I will be out in London, not London, but I will be out in England next season for sure. I'm catching a league game and a Champions League game.
So before we go into Nottingham
Oh,
Forest,
Rado,
game
we
and-
finally get to hang out.
Yeah,
before-
yeah. I don't know if
before
I
we
can
start-
afford. I don't think I can afford where you go
Back here
out.
in
But
London?
yeah.
Listen, man, you and your gated development, I'm sure you can afford it.
You're back here in London?
Yeah, man.
All right. Time to talk about Chris
We'll
Wood, guys.
we'll do a little live show. Yeah, you go. Let's sell some tickets. Yeah,
100%.
we got
I
to
did a
pay
live
for
show
Vegas first class flight.
I did a live show once with Gunnar King. It was interesting. Let's do this though. Do you guys believe that City are going to drop points at any point from now to the end of the season? Genuinely.
Nope.
If they have the Champions League, maybe they don't. The FA Cup finals after. So really and truly, no.
Rack?
History tells me that that's highly unlikely, so I doubt it. But stranger things have happened. If I was an Arsenal fan, keep hoping, because you never know. What you can't do is you can't afford to drop points and then basically hand the title to City, and that potentially you could have been out of the title race today, but you're still in it, and you just got to keep City honest. Keep City honest, and we'll see what happens.
And Vader, I don't know if you know this, but Chris Wood today, he's a City fan.
Why is he a City fan?
This wasn't that bad. Okay? That wasn't that bad. This is fucking criminal. Sorry for swearing. This is criminal, right?
What?
And then the final one, I have to say, the next one, I thought it was match fixing. I just couldn't believe it.
Why?
Look at that. He has the whole goal.
Yeah.
How does he miss that?
Did he? I don't think he missed it. Wasn't it saved?
How is that saved?
Because
You
Ederson's
have
the
the
best
whole
keeper
goal.
in the world. Because
No, it was a player
It
getting
wasn't
back
even
on the line. He
Ederson, it was
cleared it.
Ortega.
It was
Yeah.
saved. It was saved though.
No,
It
but
was.
Oh, it was
Ortega didn't
Ortega.
save
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I
Was
think
it
he
still
did.
Ortega save, or wasn't this the one where he struck the ball but actually hit the City player in the top right hand corner, just above him?
No, I
Whatever
don't
it was, it's very fishy. It's
No,
very
listen.
fishy.
There's no match fixing.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
the
he's
start
a
of the
City
second half.
fan. Stop all this.
One second. But
Yeah.
before you say any more on that, I just want to show you. I want to bring more evidence to the table.
dear.
Rack, you can be the judge. Tell me, is this fishy?
Okay, I'm the judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I find in favour of Veta and Manchester City. This is absolutely fine. It was 12 years ago or whatever it is.
Also, would you like to put up?
Charges dismissed.
Wait, quickly. Would you like to put up Chris Wood's miss versus Spurs?
Why?
Did you know how bad that?
What?
That's worse.
What?
That's worse. That's worse than all of them, by the way. His miss versus Spurs was worse than all of the ones you saw today. Just gonna say.
Okay, so you're saying he just does this. He's always missing.
Yeah, bro. He did one at Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know what his problem is. He gets 10 league goals, 11, and then just misses bears. Don't know.
Okay, yo, Abs, this is better. Your camera quality is amazing.
I swear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh no, sorry, because my computer died, didn't it? So basically,
All right, so now that we've gone to the bottom of the Chris Wood situation, let's talk about the real situation. City won 2-0. Talk to me.
Well, I woke up early. To watch, more so listen to the Arsenal game. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Nothing's changed here. Business as usual. We got to win. Continue this on. We got games in hand. So is it critical? Not necessarily, but let's continue winning. Let's keep the pressure on there. I was really happy with what I saw from the players. I was really happy with the 11 that Pep put together. Because you see, I don't know, maybe you guys don't look as rivals, but this isn't Pep's strongest 11, right? He couldn't actually field his strongest 11. Foden was out, illness. There's a bug going around. He had Haaland on the bench, and Haaland actually played this game. So when I look at how he's able to trust players, and he's like, you know what? I know I need to win every game, but I'm going to trust you. I'm going to do something different. He had Grealish and Doku playing today. So when I watch this and I see the result, I'm like, calm. Because right now, all I'm looking at is win column, dub. Injury list, nothing happened in the game. Cool, we move. If you're going to ask me if I'm going to win this league, if I just play like that, because I'm going to get low blocks against everybody. Igal, you know this. Actually, everybody on the panel, you know this. If Real Madrid and Arsenal, arguably, two of the best teams in Europe, if they're going to play a low block against me, everybody's going to play a low block against me. Everyone's going to be defensive, right? And it was pretty much a bank of 5 with how Forest were defending. I'm like, calm. Let's just remain patient. Let's not rush things. Let's get our goal. Now, Gvardiol, I don't hear all of you haters anymore talking about my signings. I don't hear you guys talking about
Big
how
baller.
bad. Trust me, I'm not hearing you guys talk about how that was wasted money. The man's playing left back, and sometimes he's up there like he's a wing back. It's crazy. But his adaptability, his versatility, huge. That goal, if you actually go back, I don't know. I think Rax might be looking at the highlights right now. If you watch that angle, it was so sharp. That's tremendous skill. I love what he's going to mean to us moving forward. And Miguel, I know you like to look at your stats, the GA, the expected goals, all that stuff. Let me tell you, man. Haaland put this game away. Haaland was on the pitch for 9 minutes. 9 minutes it took this man to score a goal. I don't want to hear anybody talk about he's a League 2 player. If you're going to talk about anybody being a League 2 player, look at the scorers at Arsenal, no disrespect. Look at the scorers at Liverpool, no disrespect. Look at the scorers at United, no disrespect. And I got to shout out, look at the scorers at Chelsea. Haaland was on the pitch for 9 minutes and scored that goal. You know what? He kind of teased it that he was going to shoot it on the left, brought it back to the right, and he placed it in the corner. I need him back. I think I'm going to need him. I'm going to need Alvarez. I'm going to need everybody back if I'm going to see this through, because I don't think we can play the same 11 for the remaining 4 games, especially if I'm going to have to play Spurs 3 days after playing Fulham. So we just handled business. As soon as Gvardiol scored off of that KDB cross corner, I heard all of Arsenal. It came across the pond. I heard it. Everybody, I heard the sigh like, oh. Every Arsenal fan said, oh. And then when Haaland put the game away, it was over, man. I think it's to be expected. We're going to see what happens next Saturday, because that's when we play next. I don't know when who plays first, actually. You guys play on Saturday? You guys play first again. I think that actually bodes well for you guys when you guys play before City. But we'll see, man. We got another week to kind of discuss all these things. Don't come off mute telling me about Gvardiol. Don't come off mute telling me about Doku. And yes, I'll admit, Nunez, there's something with the name. I know it's spelled differently, but Nunez needs to fix up. And when he does, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe. But
you did say Pep trusting these players, trusting his own players, but then he subbed Doku at half time. So there's a limit to his trust, right? He'll only trust them so far. He'll trust them.
Whoa.
But then he won't trust them all the way.
Whoa. What is it? Is there more trust in who you start, or is there more trust in who you bring off the bench? Because I just saw your star player, Mo Salah, come off the bench.
Usually when someone gets hooked at 45 minutes, that is a sign that they are not doing their job correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's no lack of trust. It's not a lack of trust. It's not a lack of confidence in the player, because that player's been trusted to come on in a quarterfinal in a Real Madrid game. Doku did that.
Maybe it's because of who was available for that game against Real Madrid.
No, we're not going to do this. We know
Maybe, baby.
All right,
Maybe, baby.
Continue to doubt Doku. That's okay. That's okay.
There is one person I need to ask about, though. So how comes my boy Oscar Bob doesn't get more minutes? Because every time he's come on to see, he's looked good. Very good.
I'm not going to lie with you. Oscar Bob, I think he has this. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Oscar Bob because he's deserving of more playing time. But I think there's just a little more maturity that needs to be. But he's an academy guy. Oscar Bob's an academy, so he knows what Pep wants from him. And he's been versatile. He's played on the right. He's played on the left. You guys all remember when KDB was subbed on and he gave that lob pass over to him to win that game versus Newcastle. I think he could play well for us. The problem is he's young, and if Pep is thinking, what's the best thing for me to do to secure maybe winning more trophies before I leave here, it's probably investing in an incoming player versus him. But no,
let me ask you.
The thing is, because
one second. Let me ask you about Jeremy Doku. Is Jeremy Doku playing all these minutes because you really don't have anybody else of that quality on your bench that you can bring on and play in his position?
What do you mean? Like if we had someone better than Jeremy Doku, would Doku even be on the pitch?
Yeah, because I'm looking at your team, and when I look at your substitutes against Real Madrid, you had Jeremy Doku, Julian Alvarez on the bench, and you brought them on. Outside of those guys, the only other attacker you have on the bench is Oscar Bob.
Okay, so what I'm trying to understand whether you're trying to
My
are you
point is
asking whether I think Doku's good?
my point is Jeremy Doku or Oscar Bob coming on against Real Madrid. Obviously, he's going to pick Jeremy Doku, who he just recently signed and spent all this money on. So it's not that he has faith in him. I don't think you have many other options outside of Jeremy Doku to come off the bench at this moment in time.
Okay, we don't have any other options, but I think he is the best option. And if you were to ask me if he were to be a right wing option for you over at Arsenal and you're taking off Saka, I think you'd choose Doku over anyone else at your club as well. You're not putting ESR over there. You're not putting Nelson over there. I think Doku would come off the bench for you as well. So
I'm confused though. Isn't Doku a left winger for you?
He played right wing for us today.
Okay, fair enough.
And he's a natural right wing. He's been playing left wing because again, Pep has been challenging the player, and Pep's had a hurt Grealish, so he's showing a little versatility, adaptability. But naturally he's a right wing.
Okay. Majority of the season I've seen him play left wing. So
Yeah. No, you're right. The majority he's played, but it's, again, Pep's playing him out of position.
Okay, so
many would think Gvardiol is a left back. He's actually a natural left center back.
Hey, all I gotta say is underwhelming signings this season. City have 2 of them.
Stop this! No, we're not doing this.
No. 1 second. Why are we lying to ourselves?
What I gotta say is,
1 second. Why are we? Can we be honest though, Vader? Be honest for a second. I sat there and I was honest with you.
Stop trying to do your kind voice. Don't.
No. I sat there and I was honest with you. I said to you, you know what? You have a case. You have a point, Dami, about the whole thing about me thinking Tottenham. It's the same situation as me thinking that we could drop points to you based on history and my points. My point about Doku and Darwin Matheus Nunes. Is Matheus Nunes, you guys signed him. You guys expected he would be some part of the rotation and be utilized a lot more. He hasn't been utilized a lot more. He hasn't been trusted, right? Mm-hmm. Doku has come in and he seems like he is a little bit trusted more, but his performances are not of the level of the players that you had performing for you guys last year. For example, Riyad Mahrez and Jack Grealish were both performing at high levels. Doku comes in, he's not performing at that level. And of course, Jack Grealish is neither also performing at that level anymore. So your 2 of your big signings that you spent money on, besides Kovacic and I'm not even going to speak about Kovacic because I don't know if you guys rate him or not. But when it comes to Gvardiol, he's playing well. I'm looking at 2 of your signings and I'm saying underwhelming, very underwhelming based on their performances.
No, okay, Nunes. 100%, I'll agree. And Pep actually in the press conference said there's parts of his game that needs to improve. The biggest part is his first touch. He believes that his touch isn't close enough with regards to how he handles the ball. But I know what Pep wants in terms because he drives really well with it and he's got a good motor in terms of like pace. So a carrier of the ball, I think, could be very devastating when we got a player that can maybe carry it into the final 18. But Doku, I'm not hearing any of this. I'm not. Now, maybe the reason why is because you guys are being dismissive and you tried to do this angle about because there's no other options. Doku came on and was instant impact in the Real Madrid game. Doku came on and was instant impact in the Chelsea game. Like Doku's been that vital. He's a game changer, like many. And again, this is not the trigger.
He played 48 minutes. He played well.
Gusto said, I need a sub. Doku's cooking me right now. My hamstring's a little tight. I don't want it to blow up. He's like, I'm out of here. Doku's been that nice. Now, has he been consistent? No, but he's a new player to Manchester City. No one really cooks year 1 except for Haaland. Haaland was a madness, but no one really cooks year 1 when they come to the club. Doku's one of them. And I think the talent that you can see, the way he can beat a player, that's going to be key because all we need next season is for him to know what the choreography is. Rax knows about this because he goes out on his galas and he's dancing with the ladies. When the choreography is nice, when the choreography is nice, Doku's going to beat his man and then know where that pass is going to go because we're going to be facing 18-yard blocks for the rest of next season.
But you know what's so funny?
At this moment in time, Doku hasn't shown me enough to say he's good enough to be starting for City. And him coming off the bench and making an impact here and there, that might just be his role going forward.
No, but
that's his role for year 1. You're doing too much again.
You know what it is? the problem is, you see why people
Am
are
I?
being disingenuous with no, Igal, you're being disingenuous with Docker in it because listen, over the course of the season, he
He
hasn't been
started
spectacular
17
in it.
games.
No, but Igal, because when he first broke through, and let's not lie in it, because we all saw what he was doing against West Ham and against Bournemouth and all these teams, and he was very, very good. He was like the main threat. City fans were saying, "Oh, we've been starving for a 1v1 type of win. We've not had that since Sane left type of guy, innit?" Doku was cooking. He's obviously gone through a bit of a bad patch, but 90% of players flop in their first season under Pep. Rodri was a hooker, pardon my language, in his first season under Pep. What was it? I'm trying to remember. Who else wasn't particularly great in their first season? Huh?
Good one.
Jack
No,
Grealish
he
wasn't
got
great in
hurt.
his first
Grealish
season.
wasn't the best year one.
The only two players of recent I remember who hit the ground running from their first season when they landed under Pep were Ruben Diaz and Erling Haaland. They're the only
Jack
two.
Grealish, they're gonna tell him apparently.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I hear there's a major exodus at Man City in the summer potentially. I've seen a bunch of rumors on Twitter where they're saying you're gonna sell like 3-4 players: Bernardo, Grealish, some of these guys.
I
can
would have
see Bernardo going.
Every year I
Yeah,
hear Bernardo links.
Pep's gone next summer too. So what's going to happen there? You
Yeah,
know,
No, but the thing is,
starting next year, Arteta's gonna win the league.
I was just
Starting next year, Arteta's gonna win the league
Vader knows
every
where I'm
year.
coming from. Vader knows where I'm
Listen,
coming from.
you see
All I
when
need, all I need is Pep to retire, and guys, it's Arteta's league.
The funniest thing is
That's unless one of us has something to do with it. Because what I need,
I think you're the least likely to have anything to do with it. So I would be quiet.
I'm not even saying that. Hey, listen, Igal, but you know what it is? They say football's cyclical, innit? Because 3 years ago, you wasn't even dreaming of finishing in 5th place. So anything can switch just like this.
And now you have Bleacher Report making graphics with me being one of the dragons and Liverpool looking like this. So it's like you never know.
yeah, that's why I was going to say.
I remember Arsenal fans were like, we need to follow the Liverpool formula. We need to follow the Liverpool model. So you looked up to us from day dot.
Yeah,
We were the
exactly.
template.
And now you know what it is. You were the bigger brother. Now we're on the same size. We're a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. You guys let yourselves.
You're
go
definitely not bigger. You may be ahead of us, but you're not bigger.
You let yourselves go a little bit, and now we're like.
But you should know your place. You should also know your place.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, Igal, all I'm saying is because Igal.
Hey, Rack. Just like Jamie Carragher said, you overachieved, right? It's okay.
No, Igal, do you know what's so funny? Listen,
Did you know how they
say football? You know how they say
he
football?
did say that.
Okay.
Igal.
I disagree, but
Yeah, you gotta. What were we gonna say? What do you call it? Abs.
Listen, all I'm saying is, you know how they say football's cyclical, innit? Listen, this is supposed to be a good time, innit? Yeah, just make sure you actually grab something because it would be so funny if after Arteta does all this work, builds such a good team, that all you are is basically Spurs with a Gucci belt. Spurs on the potch, I might add.
Listen, Arsenal's gonna win something. It doesn't matter if it's this year or next year. We're gonna win eventually.
No, you have to.
I do believe this team is only in year 2 of this whole situation. I wasn't expecting us to win the Champions League this year. If we don't win the Premier League, it's going to be a disappointment. But when it comes to next season, expectations are going to be set even higher. So
my only thing is though, yeah, it's all good and well saying that I think Arsenal will win something big soon. However, I do believe if you don't win this one, it could be like you and Abs both said, football isn't as easy a script as you think. If you don't win these two, but you win next year, and then that gives a certain team that you don't know of, example, Liverpool, us, or Chelsea, or even Newcastle or Spurs even, the chance to come back. What could then happen is, in 2 years' time, when you think, okay, Pep's gone, we're going to run this league, one of them could be back, then they win the league, and then the year after that, another one comes back up, and then City could be back up. So
we're going to wrap up in 5 minutes.
That's what I mean. It's like you have...
Oh, we lost him. Yeah, we're going to wrap up right now, but Demi was saying something. What happened to his internet? God knows.
Coaches who I think... Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back, bro.
There's a lot of coaches here that match City's philosophy, where they are playing their football with inferior players. If City get a coach who is very, very good with the extra, better players, then they may carry on their dominance. It won't be as 100 points as Pep is doing, but they may just carry on doing 3-peats. So it'll be interesting. That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna have to see. Long story short, I need you to drop points. You need me to drop points to feel a little bit more comfortable. May the best man win, and we'll catch you guys next time. For now, it's been a good show. Liverpool seems to be fading. City are marching on. Arsenal ruled North London again. Aston Villa drew against Chelsea. Man United slipping versus Burnley. And the Premier League is exciting as always. I'm out of here, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Don't forget to subscribe to everyone's channels. I know you got a channel, Demi. Hamza Talks Football. Vader, you got your videos on Vader Games TV. And Abs, you still got a channel?
Yeah, we do. OTB TV with Shigs.
Okay, send me the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And of course, Rock, I'll put your Twitter so people can follow you there. Anyways, have a good one, guys. We're out of here. Peace.